Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good weekend. Monday, June 7th. Looking at AMC on the left here. We've got GME on the right. This is Webull, just the browser trading website. I don't use the desktop version. People ask that, but yeah, I like it. I like it pretty good. I have a link in the description or somewhere if you want to use it. It's pretty powerful. It does good stuff. It's like GME's getting a little steam here in the last 5 minutes. About freaking time. The velocity today has been... it's great. We're up 12%, but this is like the worst 12% ever. Just because the way it did it was just dragging a stick through mud. It's looking pretty good there, though. My thesis, if you watched before my video on Friday, I'm like, okay, GME's gonna be 500 this week. And if you didn't watch that video, you should. It's a good video. I say why I think it's going to be 500 this week and how I'm going to make $1 million from it. Go back and watch that upload on Friday. Yeah, all we need is, honestly, in these last 5 minutes, we could have the push and it would kind of reaffirm a bit. This honestly could push and go so fast it could halt into close like it's done before. Anyways, volume today is awfully low, and that makes it difficult to have a lot of price action. But if you look how low the volume is and how much we did move up, that's very good. If you can move up that much, 12%, $30 with just minimal volume, it's once you get a little volume in there, it's gonna go nuts. And we've been saying that, but today was a good day. Anyways, I was expecting today to be the first big day of this failed to deliver convergence continuation, which, if that doesn't make any sense to you, I explained on Friday. There's lots of DD on that. But basically, we had two failed to deliver dates, T31, I think, or T35 and T21. We crossed over here, big run up, and then we kind of hold up this level. And then I was expecting on day 9, 10, and 11 for us to have exponential price action like right back here on the daily chart. This was also failed to deliver convergence day. Big price action, jumped it up, and then it consolidated just like this. Big price action, consolidated. But then 9, 10, and 11, these 3 days, see these were, so this 9-day broke a new high from before, which our 9th day we're on right now, it didn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're on the 9th day. It's still a good day. We're up 12.5%. But I was hoping for more already. This is a good start to the week. It is just Monday, and it is coming back up to the high of the day, which is good too. Other good news, even though that sounded bad, it's good and bad. I had my expectations too high potentially for today. There's still a lot of catalysts for this week for it to go crazy, even if it's not this failed to deliver continuation pattern that we saw in March and January that causes those two sneezes. Other good news today, sorry AMC, but GME outpaced you. And wow, we're actually, even our percentage wise, look at that, we're catching up. AMC percentage wise overall was higher today just because from where they closed yesterday to where they are now, they're up more. However, during the trading day, during the trading hours, you can see it's pretty clear how much GME outpaced AMC. And this is the first time it's done that in a long time. So that, to me, that's very bullish for GME. And kind of the theory was AMC is getting pushed up by hedge funds, raise capital to help basically not have to cover their short on GME longer, keep pushing it down. They basically turning this into a somewhat of a pump and dump. Now, whether there's a short squeeze going on with it as well, or how much of that plays into it, that's anyone's guess. However, today, now that we're seeing kind of a divergence between the two of them, in my opinion, is good. This could just be, that is good. And as we saw the other day, when AMC was ripping with crazy velocity, when it had 100% gainer this day, we had a video about it, and it was pretty incredible. So the way these hedge funds and high frequency trading and all this, they use computers, it's algorithms, and they're set up to program. They have this parameter, you do this if this happens, and you just keep doing this, yada yada yada. my theory, and what I've actually seen other people say now too, was when AMC was grinding up super fast, it was being pumped up, and then it actually halted going up. Can't remember where it was, here maybe. Halted going up, and then immediately when that halted going up, GME, look at this thing going to close. That's great. After hours might be crazy for GME, that'd be sick. GME immediately when this halted, and that day AMC was way outpacing GME. AMC was up, 100% total that day. I don't think it closed that high, but it went up that much. And GME was maybe like 10 or 15%, if that. But immediately when that happened, here it is on GME. You can see it so much clearer because GME was just slowly grinding up, kind of flip-flop from what they are today. This was when AMC was grinding up. This was, let's see, 6/2, 12/30. So that's right here. Yep, look, so this had these 3 5-minute candles just going crazy. Finally halted right here, and then GME went brrr, and it was insane, just literally rocket shipped right up there. AMC came back unhalted, and then GME set up this huge red candle, brrr, and GME or AMC then took over the volume, and I think basically the computers that flipped from here to here were able to go back to AMC, because they have to stay within a certain threshold, a certain margin to keep from being margin called. So they're moving money, moving whatever through different stocks and short positions and long positions constantly, and we're just seeing it blatantly with these two on this day specifically. I didn't talk about a whole lot, I guess, that day, just some, but anyways, that was the first time we kind of saw this battle between AMC and GME, where if AMC gets halted, GME is going to run because it's going to get all that volume to keep them from getting margin called. So, however, now we're seeing, now that there's a divergence and AMC is up more percentage today, but actually not a whole lot, only 2% more. But most of that was extended hours. Their actual gain today, look, it's relatively flat compared to GME, which had much better price action on the trading day. So the fact that they're diverging, so this is GME today, this is AMC today. So the fact that they're diverging, I think is very good for GME. And we haven't seen it yet, but I think it's maybe possible even that AMC drops hard when GME is squeezing, either during or before, or at least before. At some point, I believe GME is going to go much higher than AMC or any of these other shorted stocks, and so then we'll probably see the other ones be shorted because the hedge funds will try and bring the other ones down. The short squeeze on those will be over, buying pressure will be over, and they will drop. So, but seeing how they were fighting just then, I'm thinking potentially they might literally inverse when GME is squeezing, or it might they might both run up together initially, but then AMC comes down and GME goes up. Kind of how we're seeing right now. AMC is not going down; it's still very solid green. However, GME is outpacing it, and so yeah, I think that's kind of what we're going to see as it progresses, which to me is very bullish that the squeeze is going to get started if GME starts to diverge from these other ones. On the iBorrow desk today, so different banks, like 3 different banks basically outlawed, I don't know, are restricting short selling on GME, and I don't know if that plays into these borrowed shares, but Friday they basically had no shares to borrow. They borrowed all of them on, let's see, 3 on 2, yeah, on 6/2. 6/3 they didn't really have any to borrow. 6/4 same deal, and then let's see, this is today on Monday, they didn't have any, and then just click, all of a sudden they had 100,000, and then a couple hours later they had 500,000. So this isn't, I mean, hard numbers. I don't hold this with a whole lot of weight, but I like to see it to see how things are moving around. This could potentially keep growing if this is growing because they're restricting short selling, or this is just normal, just how it's been before, where it's been around that range. When we had squeezes before, little January sneeze, it was you see it here, they basically got down to no shares to borrow again, and then, or no, let me see, share close. So here's the, yeah, so there's the there was no shares to borrow when it was at its peak, and then as it was coming down, then there became shares to borrow. So it was much more natural back then though, because you have a fee. So I think at some point too, that's another one of my triggers, is that there's going to be a fee on here once the phantom shares, naked shares, options, all the ridiculous ways they're shorting this thing, once those are all cleared up and GME's at whatever $5,000-$10,000 a share, then they're actually maybe start covering the real shares, and then I think that's when the fee's gonna go up and this will fluctuate. Today was good on GME. It was bad for my calls because one reason is it's kind of just brushing the IV with a slow velocity run, very, very slow, low volume. Yesterday, and my calls are too far out of the money because I don't know if this is gonna make it to 570 by Friday. I mean, it could, but yeah. Yesterday when I got them, I got in actually a great time. I bought them in right around, or yesterday, I mean Friday, right around here before this drop. At most, I think they were down like 15% yesterday, but then immediately today at open, the calls were up, and these are 570 calls for Friday, so these were up 20% today, and then as much as 30% right here on right around this velocity, green candles. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this is good. I actually scaled in with one more somewhere around here, but then once the velocity died off and it just went flat, calls are so far out of the money, the IV's already high enough that we literally had a 50% swing today. It was up 30% and now it's closing down about 17%. So I'm holding on to them though. I think the theory can still play out that we're gonna get positive price action, and the highest will be on the 11th day. However, it could keep going higher after that because of earnings catalyst, shareholder meeting, whatever else we got going on this week. I don't know, there's a lot of stuff, but at least I'm going to stick it out a little longer with these calls. We'll see how tomorrow goes. I might scale out a little bit if it doesn't seem like there's much velocity, at least take some off the table, because when it's up, I want to play this big, when it's up 20-30%, you're up 1,500, $2,000. It's like I could just close it and buy back in with these when the velocity dies off. It's kind of to hedge against if it does squeeze, I will have great exposure to it. But today I was expecting again I was expecting to break this high today, and most likely more volume, even though today was a great day, up 12%. And tomorrow, yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, if we're not higher up here on Tuesday, Wednesday, probably tomorrow I need to probably get out of these calls for this week and just wait till the next news catalyst, wait till earnings, wait till price action, volume, whatever. So that's GME. AMC, short squeezing, I don't know, offering more shares. The fact that it didn't run up with GME today, it might be softening, even though it is up 14% today. But yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say about AMC at this point. We called out UONE. This one's the one that ran a while ago. We called this out back here right when it was set up this bull flag. I saw this big green candles these 2 days. This thing has a lot of upside potential. It went up to $54 back here in 6/19 2020, and I put it on my radar back then, just waiting for it to do something, because I knew the upside was crazy on it. And it doesn't really matter. I don't even know the catalyst. There's not even really one. Whatever. I'm sure there is a catalyst, but basically I was just looking at the charts, saw this, got in here, bought it, and since it's been here, this is a daily chart. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, pretty much 6 days. This thing's over more than doubled. So it's not. I mean, GME is what I'm focused on right now, so I'm not doing too much on these. But AMC, GME, all these. Oh, they go up 50%, 100%. That's great. That happens all over the stock market, honestly. Typically, it's with more like penny stocks, but this one's been a nice slow grind up. I don't think it's done either. It might have some pullback, but the upside on it. Look at the weekly. I mean, it's just breaking out really. So it might come up here and test that 54 again. Maybe this 36. Maybe keep going. It's hard to know. But this has been a very actually smooth rally they've had so far. It's not been very choppy or super volatile really. I don't even think there's even been any halts. But I actually got out of it. So I say all that, and I didn't want to FOMO back in. So I might get back in once there's a pullback, but I didn't want to jump in when it's way overbought. So I was in here, ran it up a little bit. GME started to go crazy, so I started selling off long positions, thinking they will probably go down when GME is going up. And that was one of the ones I sold. Wasn't a big deal. I moved stuff over to eyes, which is another one that's setting up nicely, and it looks good. Today is up 8%. Hasn't had the move that UONE's had yet, but this one could go crazy as well. On the hourly chart, it's very, very good, very bullish. And on the daily, it's looking good. Basically, short-term moving average is kind of bouncing off this long-term. MACD crossed over. Got this volume back here, and volume's kind of picking up a little bit here. Nice big green candles over the 9 moving average, holding above that moving average, also the 9 moving average. And then this has an upside too of, you know, 20 bucks from where it's at now is $7. So we've got shares of that. It's so cheap. I usually don't do options on such cheap plays, but so here's the eyes shares. But yeah, we don't have UONE. Might get in if it pulls back. I guess if I get bored of watching GME just trade sideways or just really low volume. Our SPY puts for today, of course, didn't work because SPY is Pinocchio. I'm a real boy. And it just held up and pushed up again. So it's gonna hit pretty hard at some point. I think I might just be early on it. It did this drop here, which we had puts for that and we're ready, and I kind of expected one here. Or no, maybe I don't remember. This is such a crazy volatile looking chart. I've expected one since back here, and then it ran up here, and then I think I got a little bit on this move, but I didn't expect it to come back up here to almost all-time highs again today. Crazy. But if you get time on options, you're safer, but they cost more. So to get the most return, you want to get short term and get it right before it happens. But that's very, very difficult. What else happened today? Not a whole lot. There was news. Let's see. There's the Alzheimer's. There was a FDA approval or something on an Alzheimer's drug, which sent up different. I can't remember what they were. Different biotechs. Biogen went crazy. This thing was halted for a couple hours on that news. I think even AbbVie went up on it. Other ones went up on it. Did Viri go up on it? Therapeutics, yeah. So that's kind of big news. I don't really have any plays in that again, but we do have it. Let's look at the history on E-Trade here. Look at that. I like it. I just bought one call today on GME. That's a good trading day right there. It is down though because GME is down and just trading such low volume. Crazy. Looking good coming into the after hours though. That's nice. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy Money sticks around. Follow us on Twitter at HappyMoneyYT. And then we also have a Discord if you want to get on there and chat about different things like Groundhog Day. Thanks, guys. Peace out.